Hey there everyone, this is Robin Lost Souls in Limbo, playing Touhou Kaezuka Phantasmagoria of Flower View. This is Touhou number 9, as in the 9th game in the series, and the only whole integer numbered Windows game I haven't played yet. So we're getting to the end of stuff, hey. This game, it takes place, well, sometime after Imperishable Night. I think it's basically the spring, a year after the spring we had in Perfect Cherry Blossom. And this time, instead of spring not being there, spring is there, but it's sort of completely crazy. There's flowers everywhere, and not just spring flowers, you know, flowers which can bloom in any season, like Higanba, which are a kind of flower which only are supposed to appear only in autumn, and stuff is really weird. And all the characters in Gensokyo, all the girls are a bit worried by that, and so they set out to investigate. And of course, we will be playing as Marissa. Let's not waste any time and go. I'll explain how the game works quickly after. So this is a Phantasmagoria game like the other one, Phantasmagoria of Dimensional Dream. It's basically a competitive Danmaku game, and here we have as our stage 1, where we fight against the very intelligent fire fairy Chirno. And this game, it plays almost exactly like the other one, so I'm not going to explain much. Kill stuff, charge your gauge at the bottom, and if you get to 2 or 3 or 4 levels, you can charge and release your special attacks. The main difference between this game and the other one is that your level 2, level 3 and level 4 attacks make you invisible for a short period of time, like I just did here. I just went through some random stuff. This is extremely important and completely changes the flow of the whole game, because now in this game the main strategy is basically to use your level 2 attacks so that you don't actually have to dodge most of the stuff you'd want to, which is exactly the opposite of the other one, where you'd want to use your level 4 attacks, because there would be the only ones which could do anything to the boss, to the enemy player. So that's a very big difference, and it really changes the whole game, because now there's a much smaller focus on actual dodging, as you will see. Apart from that, it's really mostly the same. One big difference actually is that you don't have actual, so stage 2, no one cares. At the beginning of the game is really easy. One big difference, you don't have actual bombs in this game. Instead, when you use the bomb button, it uses your maximum level spell if it's greater than 2, and it will empty your whole gauge, your whole energy charge, and back to 0, so you won't even be able to use your level 1 anymore. So that's that. And one last thing, it's about the spirits. Remember in the Phantasmagoria of Dim Dream, you had to kill those flames so that you could send your X attack to the other character screen. So Marissa, that would be her lasers, which sometimes appear at in the other enemy stage, and Mistya has that weird flying bird thing. Well, now to do this, the flames are not there anymore. Instead, they are spirits, and it doesn't really change much at all, except for one thing, is that when you focus, there's some kind of a zone which is slightly different colored on the screen. I'm not sure whether you can really see it. Here it's in front of Marissa, and it gets a bit bigger. Every spirit which enters this zone stops going downwards towards you, and instead starts flying upwards, which makes it easier to shoot and destroy, and therefore send your X attack to the other player. But if you don't kill it after it enters your scope, scope, that's the name of the thing, then the spirit will just explode into random bullets, which you can't even reflect back to the opponent. So that, now I've explained everything, except that when you get to half life point, then it charges your spell gauge completely, so you get basically a Emergency level 4. Okay, so maybe we could start playing the game now. Stage 3 is still very easy. I don't need to concentrate at all to do this. Game only starts to be challenging at stage 6. And if I recall correctly, you can expect to always lose life at stage 6 because the AI is a bit strange in this game. Let's put it like that. Yeah. Anyway, most of the characters are busy investigating and they bump into each other randomly and fight over those flowers everywhere for some reason. Why fight over flowers? Flowers are nice. And as you can see, Raisin is starting to be a bit more aggressive than Mystio and Cherno, but still nothing much. Have a look at the background. It's pretty impressive the way it's moving, isn't it? It is. And I got my first extra life. It's good because this game doesn't give you that many lives. There's a total of 9 stages. That's quite a lot. More than Phantasmagoria of Dim Dream? Maybe one more or something. And you'll need them for the final boss. Oh god, the final boss. I'm not completely expecting to 1cc this because of the final boss, basically. And now we're facing Lyrica, so we got completely out of A&A and are back in the endgame of Perfect Cherry Blossom. That's the entrance to the Netherworld. Man, this looks really nice. This looks really nice. You have to be honest with that. Maybe it's just because I pay more attention than I usually do, but wow. That 3D effect. And we get a remix of the Prism Rivers theme, which is always nice to have some new music, even though there's hardly any new characters in this game. Thank you, Zune. I hope I've set the sound loud enough. Yeah, probably. It's always loud enough. And Lyrica's X attack. It's musical notes which spawn in a circle out of the point of attack of the thing, basically. And wow, she's already almost dead. Here she attacks me and I just cancel everything out with a level 2. This is how you do most of the game, and in some sense it's a bit disappointing because there's hardly any dodging involved in the end. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, and do it. Bam! When you defeat the boss character on your screen, oftentimes they'll drop some items. I don't really know what all of those items do. One of them sends lots of X attacks at the opponent. One of them gives you lots of score, which is good for summoning your level 4 boss attack. And one of them completely charges your gauge, spell gauge. And continuing on with PCB characters, now it's Yomu. Yomu sends little black holes or something like that. And at your screen. Not extremely dangerous by any means. Just be careful where you move because those things don't move downwards, which is actually a bit surprising at times. Yes. Stuff which doesn't move in this game might be more dangerous than stuff which actually does move. Isn't that strange? I think it is. Oh, actually I don't. Now, boss Yomu, way easier than in Perfect Cherry Blossom, but that's basically because I fought her at stage 5 and not at stage 6. And yeah, the G completely charged my thing, so I'm just going to use it to have lots of level 2s and not dodge anything. Great. And it's another remix of Yomu's stage theme, and it's quite different from the original, so that's always interesting. It's a bit more slow paced, I think, yeah. Ah, Yomu, you tried, but you really weren't going to beat me.